Good evening, everyone. We have 24 participants, so let's not wait for more. Let your friends join in as and when they can. Uh, Here's Jatin Dawar, Mr. Dawar. He's from PwC Canada. And I would request you, Jatin, to introduce yourself to all our kids.
Miss, can you open your video?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
I can
sir.
hear you.
Yes.
Out.
Jatin, for me, the screen is frozen.
Yeah,
Now.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. One sec.
Okay, it's working now. We can see your screen. It's fine now.
Okay. One sec. Yep.
Sir,
Are
can
you
we
able to
start
see me?
now? Yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So my name is Jatin. I currently work at PwC Canada as a data scientist. I've been working in this industry for close to 3 years. I was working as an ML engineer prior to working with PwC Canada at a startup called Alta ML, where we used to like solve machine learning and artificial intelligence problems for industry, for companies that are trying to make a mark in the industry and trying uh, to move into machine learning and artificial intelligence side of things. So that's what I used to work upon, and I recently completed my master's from University of Alberta in computer science. So yeah, that's about me, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys about the importance of data science and why you guys should learn and start learning from this age, and how data science could be helpful in your future. So yeah, that's about me. Any questions, anything, or are we good to start the session?
Sir, we can start now because we don't have any doubts.
Like, are you going to like teach us what it is, or are you just going to tell like why is it useful?
Uh, I'm gonna talk about some of the basics of data science and why exactly it is useful. And if you guys have questions around what's happening in data science, what kind of stuff we do, please feel free to ask questions. And I'm more than happy to talk about how things happen in the industry. But just to keep it more generalized and just to keep it for everyone who hasn't even heard about data science and stuff, I'm gonna keep it very basic, but happy to take any questions regarding anything that you have in mind and want me to address. Happy to talk about it. Yeah. Okay. Harshita, is it possible for you to make me the host so that I can share my screen?
Yes, sure, but even I'm not. Yeah, you're the host now.
Okay. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
All right, great. So, as I spoke before, the purpose of this webinar is just to talk about why kids should be learning data science, what's the importance of data science, and what's the whole need and what's the fuss about data science these days, and why it's like it'll be good for kids to learn data science from this age. So that's whole thing that I'm gonna talk about. Uh, Okay, so before we dive into a little more of details and more of technical stuff, I'm gonna play a game with you guys, and see if you guys are able to guess. The game is called Guess Who. So what we'll do here is, uh, I'm gonna be a person. I'm gonna be, say for example, a celebrity, and all I'm gonna do is answer yes or no. So you guys need to ask me questions in order to find out what celebrity I am. So, for example, I say that I'm a celebrity. The first question could be that, are you a male or a female? So my answers would be yes or no, and you guys have to, based on the questions that you keep on asking me, you guys have to find out what celebrity I am. So, for example, I'm male. I'm a male or a female. I would say I'm a male, right?
Wait,
Then the
so
next question would
so
be
wait, so is it like only yes or no questions, or can we ask like other type of questions?
only yes and no. So my responses would just be a yes or a no. And based on my responses, you have to continue asking me questions till the
So
time you narrow
yeah, so
down what
yeah,
exactly the person.
so, so I can't just say like, oh, what is your race? I can't ask that question because it's not a yes
Absolutely,
or
absolutely, yes,
because
yes.
it's not a yes or no question.
I'm sorry, you can't ask me what, but you can ask me, are you a British, or you can ask me, are you an Asian? So I would say
Yeah.
yes or a no to that,
Are
but not.
you 46?
I'm sorry.
Are you 46?
Yeah, yes, that's the way to go. So I would respond, if I am actually 46, I would say yes. If I'm not 46, I would say no. So it's better to ask more generalized questions like, are you above 40, are you below 40, kind of thing. That way it's more open ended, until unless, like, 46 is just one number, right? So
Or
that will help
or
you
an
figure
example
out.
or an example is that do you work in the movie industry, or like
Correct.
are you an actor?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Like,
That's
do you
how
have
it
any
is.
involvement in the movie industry? Like I could ask.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's exactly what we were gonna do, and we're gonna ask questions till the time you figure out actually who I am. Yeah, be good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the start is, I am an animal.
So
Now
let's do
you.
it in an organized way. Who is A? Who is signed in as A? Can you unmute yourself and ask a question? Or else we'll go on to Abdul Rahman. If you can
Yeah,
please
hi,
unmute yourself.
hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes.
can.
Okay, so I have to ask a question.
Yes.
I'm the one who's gonna ask the question first.
No, let A ask first. And what's your name? Please tell us.
My name is Akshita.
Okay, please ask your question.
Okay, so are you a male? Wait, what?
Yes. We're talking about animals here, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
an
is it,
animal. Yeah.
okay, is it, sorry, there was a glitch, that's why I wasn't sure. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
we're talking
that's
about
fine.
animals, right?
Correct.
Okay, does it belong to the, is it part of the Panthera species, or is it a big cat?
I'm sorry.
Is it a Is it a big cat?
I can't hear you clearly. I'm sorry.
Is it a big cat? That was her question.
No.
We move on to Abdul Rahman. What's your question?
My question is it part of the reptile family?
No.
Okay.
All right. So Abdullah Kamar, you're next. You have a question? Let's move on to Angeline Soni.
Is it wild or domestic?
I'm sorry, I can answer only in yes or no. So you can ask me either of the two.
Is it wild?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure, Yash.
My question is this animal a predatory bird?
No.
So we have Arshad Ahmed. What's your question?
Can I ask after her?
Yes, you've been raising your hand.
Is it a flying animal?
No.
Can I say?
Sure. Yes.
Is it located in the savannah, or like is it located in Africa?
Savannah, yes, possibly. Yeah.
I want to ask a question.
Go ahead, Ibrahim.
Does it live in Africa?
I'm sorry?
Does it live in the savannas of Africa?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Let's take it yes.
Ibrahim, what's your question?
What's the color pattern for this animal?
It has to
I'm
be
sorry,
a yes
I could
or
answer
no.
only yes or no.
Oh, right. I forgot.
Yeah, no problem.
So Gregory, are you ready with the question?
I want to answer a question. I want to ask.
Is it a bobcat?
No.
Is
it a
this
lion?
animal in Central Africa?
Is it a lion then?
No. Can we ask one at a time? I mean, just to avoid confusions.
Okay.
So
Tyra,
no, it's not a lion. My answer is no.
Does this animal have spots on his skin?
Could be. So yeah, I would say a no. I would say a no.
Neil, your question?
Is it belonging to the wild dog family?
No.
Ecleas?
Okay.
Scientific
My
name start with Panthera.
Is it
I'm
in
sorry?
extinction?
No.
Is it in extinction?
No.
is it skin color dark?
Yes.
Then is it a black panther?
No.
Is it an elephant?
Is it a hippo?
Yeah, it's an elephant.
Who was that?
I'm sorry. Who was that?
Me.
Abdul Rahman.
Okay. If you don't mind asking, could you tell the process? Like, was it just a random guess that led you to an elephant, or what were you thinking when you said it's an elephant?
Someone said that you answered that it lives in a savanna, and someone
Correct.
asked if it's black.
Yeah, correct. So
I
so
asked
that
both
led,
of
led
those.
so that led to you coming down to like narrowing down the problem from a lot of animals to dark animals, and then since there was a question already about the savannas. It helped you, right, to answer that it could be possibly an elephant, and you just took a shot and asked
Yeah.
is it an elephant or not, right?
I have a
Correct.
question. I have a
Yeah,
question.
yeah, go
Are we
ahead.
talking about like a specific elephant or just elephants in general?
It was just elephant in general. I mean,
Okay.
not specific anything. It was just like I thought about an elephant. I just thought like, yeah, let's ask. So we're gonna rewind. Like, why did I do this? Why did we do this activity? Right? The purpose of this activity, and why is it important to us talking about data science? Why we're playing a game, say yes or no and guessing, right? So the thing is that what this helped you in was ask a lot of relevant questions, and what we were able to do was incite some curiosity in your minds that what could be this animal. We want to guess this animal. We want to ask questions. We're going to ask a lot of questions so that we could narrow down to an animal, which we could possibly be guessing, right? Which I am thinking of. It was just in my mind, and all you did was ask me a lot of questions which could help you to know what I was thinking, right? So first, what you did was ask a lot of relevant questions, which was really good. There was some really good questions like, are we living? Are the animals living in the savannah? And you also tried to remove certain probabilities, like is it a wild dog? Is it a wild cat? Does it have marks on the skin? So that helped you remove a lot of probable animals like panthers, cats, dogs, which was really great. So what we did was ask a lot of relevant questions, and based on my responses, Ibrahim just said, or I don't know, someone just answered, right? That I said that the person lived in savannah. I mean, the animal lived in savannas. The element skin was dark. You analyzed those answers, and that helped you come up with a few possible solutions, right? There are only, out of a lot of animals, there are only few animals that live in the savannas and have dark skin. And all based on those answers, you were able to select the best possible solution, right? So why this whole process? I mean, why we are doing so? What we are doing here is we are trying to understand the problem. It is very important to ask a lot of questions when we are talking about data science, when we are dealing with data. We don't know the problem. When we are handling certain data, the problem is very abstract. It could have tons and tons of possible solutions. So the main purpose for us to lead to an efficient solution is to ask a lot and lot of questions from the customer whom we are dealing with, who has given us the problem, whatever it is, right? It's very important for us to narrow down the scope of the problem, because if the scope is too broad, we are just shooting in the dark. We don't know what we are trying to solve here. We don't know what we are trying to achieve. So it's very important to ask a lot of good questions, no matter good or bad. Ask a lot of questions. Be curious to ask and think in the direction which we are trying to achieve, and what could be the possible solutions. It is very important in data science. It is important in other fields as well, but very important in data science and machine learning to know what problem we are trying to solve, to narrow down the problem, and then start thinking in the direction. When we know what we are trying to achieve, we know what our final goal looks like, or what it should look like. That's when we should like start thinking in the direction of the problem, right? So that's something very important, and that's something which is very useful in the field of data science. So we good so far? Any questions, any doubts? All of this what I'm talking about makes sense to you a bit?
Yeah, it does make sense.
Yes, it
Awesome.
is.
Awesome. Just feel free to interrupt me if you have any doubts, and I'll try to answer your questions as and when we go. But we do have a question answer session at the end, so I'm and anyways going to take a lot of questions from you guys at the end. But yeah, do definitely keep asking me questions so that you guys are involved, and uh, just validate if you guys are thinking in the right direction. Yeah. Okay, my next question to you guys, and yeah, I'm gonna keep asking you guys questions as well, so it's gonna be pretty interactive. So I'm talking about data science. We are here talking about data science. the main keyword here is data, right? So I'm going to ask you a question. What, according to you guys, is data today? What exactly is data?
Can I try to explain that?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Data is basically a bunch of zeros and ones. It can be a picture, it can be a video, it can be like it can come with several file extensions. GIF, JPEG, MP4, Matroska.
Right. That's a good shot. I mean,
what actually
pretty
what kind
accurate.
what kind of data are we focusing on here?
Irrespective of what field we're talking about, I'm just asking generalized. What is data?
Oh.
Yeah. Any other?
Sir,
Anyone?
can I
I can
answer?
see. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Sir, data is a collection of simply raw facts and figures.
Correct. Absolutely.
Can I
Class,
say?
I see your hand. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay. What is it? Data is a collection of different answers and responses, which can be used to determine certain correlations and try to find things like averages and values such as that. It can also be used in computers as a way as files. Uh,
Right.
the
Absolutely
example
correct. You are. Yes. Yeah.
Data is a type of information, any type of
So,
information.
in general, data is basically packets of information which are usually set together.
Correct. Yeah. Absolutely. Neil, I see you have raised your hand. Please go ahead.
It's like data is like files, documents, like saved in your computer, like drafts.
Right. Yeah. You're correct. Kyra, I see you have raised your hand.
Data is like collection of information. You can include like text, images, and these help with artificial intelligence and especially computers. Like when we provide a computer data, it provides with the outcome and like when we provide it with the outcome of what we expect when we provide the question. Data is like really helpful with that, and it's part of machine learning. And especially data could be used in things like Alexa and all these type of machines. They require a lot of data to answers that users may ask.
Absolutely. You're spot on, Kyra. So, okay, moving ahead, those were some really good responses. And the good thing is all of you are correct. Everyone is correct here who answered that. Data is collection of facts, numbers, words, measurements, observations, descriptions, anything and everything that could be analyzed, evaluated, used to gather certain insights. That's all data, right? For example, I mean, we talked about digital data, we talked about files that are there in the system, images, videos. Absolutely, that's data. But a lot of things, say for example, your teacher in the school has a register where she has all the names in the register, and she takes attendance every day in the morning. That's data. That's a list of all the names that guys have. Guys are there in the class, who is present, who is absent, how many days an individual is present over the year. That's data. Your report card, what how much marks you scored in the exam, in a particular subject, how much marks you scored in your internals, how much marks you scored in your external over the period of time, over different years. That's data, right? It's not important. I mean, it's not important that it has to be in digital form. Anything that could be evaluated, analyzed, understood, and tried to give an analysis about, is data, and that's essentially the data we handle, we use to understand and solve certain problems. Yeah. Any questions, any doubts around this?
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
No.
Yeah, I see, Neil, you have a question. Yeah.
Sir, can I complete? I could not complete to say
Yeah,
my full sentence.
yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
So data is like drafts saved in your computer, like things that are saved in your computer, as if like pictures, videos.
Absolutely, absolutely, Neil, you're correct. Essentially, not it definitely is one of the aspects is that it's saved in your computer, but all the time it doesn't need to be saved in your computer, right? It could be hard copies, it could be saved on your hard drives, it could be notes, right? You have been creating notes like the entire year. You write information on your notebooks, which you read later on and use it to answer questions in your exams, right? That's also essentially data that you're using to answer certain questions that come in the exam. So that's also data. It's just a different form of data. It's somewhere not in your computers, stored in your copies or notebooks, which you are utilizing later. So everything that we are, I mean, these sorts of information that could be utilized to help solve problems later, that's essentially data. Yeah, we clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Even the SIM cards of mobiles, right?
Yes, that's also data. I mean, your phone numbers, that's essentially data, right? Good. So now that we know data, we, I mean,
Yeah, one way data scientists can use data collection is that they can use phone numbers to determine like what percentage of people in a country actually have phones with them.
absolutely. That's a good thought. I mean, it's a little too early to think about what data science does. Let's just stay with where we are. Let's just discuss, and then we'll talk about what data science does and what data scientist does, right? So yeah, we all spoke, right? We all know data is form of text, drafts saved in your computers. Data is present everywhere. We all are living in a generation which is very data driven. A lot of information is being analyzed. A lot of our activities that we do, interaction is being analyzed and used to improve things, used to help us even more as and when we go, right? So one of the very important, and I'm pretty sure you guys are pretty familiar with this Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, right? That's essentially what data is, right? We following people, we scrolling through our feeds, seeing what each other is doing, what status we have posted. That's essentially data for us. Like, we watch videos, right, on Instagram or Facebook. We watch videos, and they later on we get certain recommendations, or there would be certain more videos that are very much aligned with the fact what we saw. So what that is, that we provided Facebook or Instagram uh, an information on what kind of stuff we like to watch, and what they did was they analyzed that information and gave us similar content that we could utilize. So that's data uh, there. uh, Kyra, I see your hand up. I'm gonna take your question. Just let me cover a bit more things that are following up, and then I'm more than happy to answer the question you have, right? Similarly, we all do, like, we are in a e-commerce world. We are living in an e-commerce world. We all do a lot of online shopping, order clothes for us, order books for us online. So that's essentially data as well, that we are curating data, what kind of books we like, what kind of clothes we like to buy, what information like that. That's essentially data. uh, on the roads, right? These days there's a lot of self-driving cars. What they do is observe the cars around, what hoardings there are around, what red lights are around, traffic lights and all that, and based on that it takes actions, whether it should stop or not, how much distance it should be keeping from a particular car. That's all data that it's capturing and making decisions based on the data. So that's another form of data. Like, you walking on the road, that's data for someone. That's data for an automated, like a self-driving car, that there is a person standing, say, for 500 meters from me. I have to be careful so that I don't go too close to that person, or don't stay too far, right? So that's data for someone or the other, right? YouTube videos. We all like watching YouTube videos, cartoons, lot of educational videos we guys are watching these days. We subscribe to certain channels that kind of curates the content we like to watch. So that's data for that that channel holder, right? That okay, I see Ibrahim likes watching my videos, and these are the type of videos Ibrahim has liked. So why not let me create content even more that Ibrahim would like, or say Kyra would like, or Nana would like, right? So that's data for that content curator, that what kind of videos you like to watch, what kind of videos you would like to watch. You write in the comment section that okay, this was good, can you create a video on say artificial intelligence, and then I do that. So that's data for that content curator. Whatever you're typing, whatever you're watching, whatever you're subscribing, that's essentially data for someone or the other, right? We're watching videos, as I talked about, watching videos, what kind of content we like. Music has become really important form of data, right? What kind of playlist we have, what kind of music we like to listen to. We like to listen to pop, jazz, and sort of that. And Spotify is doing really great these days, right? Trying to recommend you music options based on what you have heard in the past, trying to keep you involved, trying to listen to good kind of music, help you in. If you like jazz, maybe there's this pop that's similar to jazz that you might also like. So giving you options related to pop and getting you used to new kinds of music and all that. Music is something which is very heavily using data these days. Paintings, right? Art industry, it has become very data focused, right? So there are very famous artists like Van Gogh, MF Hussein, right? They have a certain style of painting, right? Using that style, why not we also paint like an MF Hussein and a Van Gogh, right? So that's also possible based on how Van Gogh used to paint and how Van Gogh used to draw, or how MF used to paint, right? We get that trends, we get that information, we analyze, and we help kids or anyone who is interested in art try to draw like MF Hussein, or try to create a replicas of what they used to, or maybe help you with new designs, right? Similar to tabular data. Tabular data is something we all know, right? Just an Excel sheet with loads of information, a bunch of numbers there, a bunch of your addresses. We could use that to know that where you are living, what area you are from, what age group you are, and all that stuff. So tabular data is something we all are aware of. Uh, some bunch of sentences that you write, right? Say for example, you write a sentence. I can by just reading that sentence, I'm able to guess what kind of knowledge you know, right? You make mistakes, I'm able to understand, yes, there is a scope of learning. You write a perfect sentence. I know that this person knows a lot and could learn even more advanced things. So just based on what you write, what you say, people are able to guess what kind of level that you are in. That's data for someone or the other, right? And it's present everywhere. That this slide was too small for me to adjust, so that's why that overlapping information. So yeah, that's essentially data, the presence of data. So yeah, now I can take your questions. Does this make sense? Anything that you have that you would like me to answer? Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir,
Jatin,
two
this is
people
Lagna
are
this
trying
time.
to join.
I'm sorry?
Can you please see that there are several participants waiting to join? I would request you to admit them, since neither of us are the co-hosts.
Okay.
We couldn't let them in.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just admitted all.
Thank you. Okay, kids, over to you.
Yeah, I think everyone is in. Yeah. Any questions? I see some raising hands. Yeah, please go ahead and ask. Yeah, anyone can just unmute. I can't see, unfortunately, everyone. So yeah, anyone can just unmute and just ask what they have in mind.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, like you just said before that in the YouTube, whatever you're subscriber liking in the videos or watching the videos, you said that the data is there. So how there's a data, because it means that which video we are seeing, the YouTube, the video maker knows that we are seeing his video.
Correct. So when you watch a video, right? So there's like there's a video like number of views kind of button that, I mean, there's a stat that says the number of views that you've watched. When you use your account, right? When you use your account, when you have signed in and you watch a video, right? uh so the person who is creating that content, he gets the information, what type of, there's a lot of analytics that goes behind this, what kind of age groups.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah, 1 second, I'll definitely take that. I'm just trying to answer Abdullah about this. So yeah, so what type of I mean, what was your age group, what kind of people who are continuously, so you can't subscribe till the time you have logged into your account, right? So when you log in, you part some information about you, like what's your age group, what kind of, I mean, your name, your things like that, right? So that when a subscriber who is, I mean, when a person who is creating that content, right, he has access to that information, and he can use that information to actually curate content to the kind of people he wants to address to. So if he wants to address to say 20 to 24 kind of people, he would like to see how many of those age bracket people are utilizing his content, how he can reach out to more of those people and try to address like content. So that is basically how that person is ingesting the information that you are providing to create content, basically. Yeah, did I answer your question, Abdullah?
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, go ahead. uh someone just asked me a question.
Yeah, can I?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, with the example of YouTube, where it recommends you other YouTubers based on like the YouTubers you watched, how
Yeah.
does it determine which YouTubers have similar content compared to them if they don't mention it in things like the channel about page or like in the description of the video? How does it determine that then?
Correct. So, I mean, we're talking a little advanced here, but yeah, I'll try to answer it. So, those recommendations, right? So, so
Like
there are
say
multiple. Yeah, go ahead.
uh like say if I watch a certain tech YouTuber like Linus Tech Tips, and then I get
Mhm.
recommended and then I get recommended another tech YouTuber. But then when I
Right.
realize, I check the YouTuber, he has nothing mentioned about a tech channel in his about page or in his what is it, in his video description. So then how does the algorithm find out that okay, they are similar? Or
Okay.
like or to better simplify this, how does YouTube find the you know how it always mentions like, oh, this channel viewers also watch video? How does YouTube do
Correct.
that?
Okay. So what I mean, I'll try to answer this in as easy way as possible. So there's an algorithm learning going at the back end. So what it does is, so for example, you go ahead and watch a video, right? And then you go ahead and watch a second video of say another tech guy, and you watch third video of say another tech guy, right? I who is very new to YouTube, what it'll do is I go and watch a video of one of the tech guys you have watched, right? So what it tries to do is, that's just one sort of recommendation it does. So when I have watched a video that you have watched, so what it will do is it will give me recommendations on also the other tech guys or videos that you have watched, and say that people that have watched this kind of tech guys or this kind of tech channels have also watched the other tech guys or other tech channels. So would you like to watch? If I click a yes, I watch that video, it becomes another one. So if third person comes in and third person watched the tech guy that I and you both have watched, it will also recommend other channels that we guys have watched to them. So that's one sort of recommendation that YouTube is following. There are other recommendations as well, based on the content, based on the taglines, based on the
Yeah,
keywords and all that.
like,
But that's just one sort. Yeah.
but with that algorithm, how does it like you say that person has watched both of those videos, so he might have
Mhm.
seen those two tech videos, but maybe he watches mostly like I don't know, gaming videos. So then, would you be recommending those gaming videos even though you have no interest within gaming videos, or like
It's not. I mean, it's not based on just you watching it. It's based on what a lot of people are watching, right? It's not just me and you. There are millions of people that are watching videos. So what the
yes.
algorithm
So
tries
like,
to
say if
understand
they're
is
like,
what's the
yeah. So
majority is
like
watching.
say, yeah. So if
Correct.
like say like a huge majority of people both watch tech videos and gaming videos, but
Yeah.
you're not in, then it will recommend you both of them.
Correct. Yes, it will. It will. So if the majority of the people who watch a particular type of video watch the other videos that they watch were some were tech and some were gaming, it would give both of the options. And then if out of your interest, right, you don't have interest, you won't click on the gaming and you'll click on the tech. So that's how the more data would be incorporated. And later on, there might be a stage that when the gaming recommendations would keep going down, 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 and more tech recommendations would start popping up. Yeah. Make sense?
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said today we are going to learn artificial intelligence, but we are learning data.
I mean, we are kind of learning the use of data and what a data scientist does. We won't get too much into artificial intelligence. That's something we can discuss more in the sessions to follow. But this session would be more focused upon data and what a data science is and what data scientists do. So unfortunately, we won't be touching too much upon artificial intelligence or machine learning here. Yeah.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
Kyra. I would be taking one more question and then we'll be moving forward. And we can take more questions in the end if we have time. Yeah. Yes, Kyra, go ahead.
Is it true that apps like YouTube and Spotify use algorithms like content-based filtration and collaborative filtration?
Absolutely. Yes, Kyra, you're correct. There are a lot of, I mean, these two are just two types of recommendation system. There are multiple recommendation systems that these algorithms and these apps are using to provide the best user experience that they could. So there are a lot of recommendation algorithm, but yeah, content and collaborative filtering being two of the algorithm that two of the type of algorithms that they use to recommend content. Yeah. Okay. So we move ahead, and this leads me to another game where we're gonna predict the future. So I'm gonna give you a problem, and I'm gonna ask a few questions, and see if you are able to answer those questions and tell like why did you answer that question, right? So read the problem. I'm gonna read out the problem to you and then ask you a few questions around that. Yeah. So the problem is, I give you a chocolate every day. Okay. Every day of the week, I give you a chocolate. I give you one chocolate every day. The first 2 days, I give you in the afternoon, and the next 5 days to follow, I give you in the evening. Right. Now, I ask you a question on the eighth day. On the eighth day, we are in the eighth day. I've given you chocolates on all the 7 days. On a couple of days, I gave you in the afternoon. On all of the other days, I gave you in the evening. And based on that, you have to answer me a few questions, right? We're gonna answer it one by one. And please raise your hands, and we're gonna take up the answers. Yeah. My first question is: are you expecting a chocolate on the eighth day? If yes, why? So, uh, yeah, if Harshita or Sulagna, you can see the screen, could you like ask anyone to unmute and answer? I mean, because
Sure.
I can see one of
Yes.
them just biased on
So
that. Yeah.
we have Icleas and yes, Icleas. What would be your answer?
Okay, so I think my answer to this question is yes.
Mhm.
Um, The answer is because he's been giving me chocolates from a long time, and even if he delays the time in which he gives me the chocolate, there's still night time.
Okay.
So those are my reasons.
Right. Anyone else? Anyone else? I'll take two more answers for this, and then we'll move to the next thing.
Yes, I have an answer. That is, yes, I am expecting a chocolate today because he had given me so many chocolates till today. So he should, even if he might, maybe forget, but I mean, he will give it. So I know that. So that's my reason.
I would be expecting chocolate from him.
You would be expecting, or you would not be?
I would be.
Okay. And why?
I wouldn't.
I would, because if he doesn't give me a chocolate in the morning, I would still be expecting it in the night, because he did that in the last 7 days.
Okay. I heard someone said I wouldn't. So yeah. Could you please unmute yourself and answer what's the reason why you wouldn't expect giving the chocolate, getting a chocolate?
I also wouldn't.
Yeah. Could you?
I don't know.
Any reason?
Maybe he's concerned for your health and he doesn't want you to eat more chocolates.
Okay. Fair enough. Anyone else?
No, I'm not expecting a chocolate today because it said only for 1 week. So it stops on the 8th day as it starts a new week.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say.
All right. So yeah, go ahead.
My answer is yes, I will expect a chocolate because today my parents were happy for me because I get 100 out of 100 in my exam.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So the answer, okay. We'll talk about the answers later. We're gonna move to the second question that we have, which is, if you're expecting, so all those who answered yes, what time of the day you are expecting the chocolate to be to be given to you?
I would be
expecting it at afternoon.
Afternoon, and why? Yeah, one at a time. Someone just answered afternoon.
So because in the first week's days, I mean the first 2 days, he had given me chocolate in the afternoon.
Okay.
Okay, I am going to say night because I think that he's not really going on a weekly cycle and instead just giving out chocolates at every single time. And I think what he's doing is he's always delaying it. So this time it's going to be midnight, and then next time it might be this time it might be night. Next time it might be like midnight. Next time it might go back to like early morning, then noon, then afternoon, and so on and so forth.
Got it. Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah. Yes, I will expect the chocolate in the afternoon.
And why? Okay, no problems. Yeah, Zachary, I see your hand. So yeah, please go ahead and unmute and answer. Yeah. You're muted, Zachary. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correct.
At noon.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
At noon.
At noon, right? Afternoon.
Dinner.
At dinner.
At dinner.
Okay.
I was.
Why?
Okay. And why?
Why?
Because dinner is not what I want you to eat.
What? Slowly. Sorry, Jose. He's having a cleft lip and palate. Sorry.
And I'm
No
fine.
problem.
Sina, don't
No
be
problem.
shy. Sina, answer.
Because that's the time when we eat.
That's the time that.
Okay.
That's the time that we eat.
Time. And it's a
Right, right. Yeah, that's a genuine thought. I agree. Okay, so we have answered 2 questions. We're gonna take the correct answers after this one. Yeah. If I don't give you a chocolate, so those who said that they will be getting a chocolate on the 8th day. If I don't give you a chocolate on the 8th day, would you be expecting the chocolate tomorrow? That is the 9th day.
No, because if he has not given the chocolate yesterday, so he may be not giving the chocolate also today, because it would be his maybe don't want to give it the chocolate now because he gave it earlier 7 days. It's enough.
Right. Okay. Okay. Anyone else?
I would not be
Yes,
expecting
I
any.
can. I think no as well, because if he didn't give a chocolate today, then he'd again probably forget it tomorrow.
Right. Okay. That's a valid point. Anyone else?
Okay,
Actually,
I think he ran out of chocolate.
okay, you know what? I have a reason for yes.
You have a reason for yes? Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, if we're considering the idea of that he doesn't care about the weekly cycle and that instead he's just going regularly, he might have skipped nighttime, and instead of just give it on the next day, because next day and then you get the next thing, right? Like
Right.
you know how the order works.
I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so now the answers, right? First of all, yeah, it was really good shot. What you guys are thinking are definitely in the right direction, and honestly, there's no wrong answer to that. It's just the based on what information that I gave you. You gave certain conclusions. So, are you expecting a chocolate today? Most probably it will be a yes. Why? The reason would be that I've been giving you a chocolate every day of the week, and there hasn't been a break or something in the between. So there are very high chances that I would be giving you a chocolate on the 8th day based on what we saw in the past 7 days. We just have information of the past 7 days based on the information that we gathered, right? That I'm giving you chocolate every day. There is a very high chance that I would be giving you a chocolate. So those who said no, there is definitely a probability, and you are not wrong, but the chances of me giving a chocolate to you on the 8th day is more as compared to a no, based on the 7 days that we have analyzed, or based on the 7 days information that we consider. Now we talk about the time, what time we are expecting it. Could it be afternoon? Could it be evening? Both is a possibility. What has a chance? A lot. Okay. So there are a couple of assumptions that we could make, right? So afternoon is a probability if we see the trend that first 2 days of the week I give it in the afternoon. So it's a Monday again. There's a chance that I could give a chocolate on Monday again in the afternoon, because the last Monday I gave it in the afternoon. But that's an assumption. I have nowhere mentioned that I give a chocolate on Monday, right? It could be, say, I give it on Wednesday, right? And anything could be a possibility. So I just say that first 2 days I give you on a certain time, and next 5 days. So of course, afternoon is a probability, but the more chances is that I give you in the evening, because from last 5 continuous days, I've been giving you in the evening. So there are more chances that I would give you in the evening as compared to the afternoon. And night and early morning, there's no trend, there's no proof in the data that I would give you in the night or early morning or any other sort of time. So both are probabilities, and yes, afternoon and evening both are the correct options there. Now, if I don't give you a chocolate, what would you expect tomorrow? Based on the information that I gave you, the chances is yes, because there could be, I mean, there could be one-off instance when I don't give you chocolate. I'm not well today to reach out to you and give you a chocolate. I'm in a bad mood. I'm busy. That's why I ended up not. That doesn't mean that I would gonna be in the bad mood the next day. So chances of me giving to you chocolate the next day and you being hopeful that you'll get a chocolate are high, but it could go the other way as well. I might be busy the next day as well. So you might need more information. You might need a little longer trend to analyze whether I'm gonna give you a chocolate the next day or not, whether you should be expecting a chocolate the next day or not, right? So that's based on the information that I provide, right? Make sense? Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
what
sir.
what I talked about, right? Let's just rewind. What was the whole process, right? We understood the problem. You guys listened to my question. You guys listened to
Yeah,
the problem that I
I
had.
listened to your
You
question
understood
and
it.
understand.
I'm sorry.
Ikhlas, could you please repeat what you asked just now? Okay, I guess let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. I mean, could you just mute if possible so that there's a lot of
No,
background
not
noise?
yet.
Okay.
That might have that child have me notes or maybe ask me a question. But we don't need to ask questions. Maybe he hasn't help.
I'm sorry, I didn't get you. Yeah, we'll take these questions later on. Let's just move on. Let's just talk about more interesting stuff, and then we take up on right next. Okay. So I gave you the problem. What you did was then you understood and listened to the problem. The problem had certain statistics like 2 days, 5 days, evening, afternoon. You all calculated that. You all understood that and saw a pattern. You observed a pattern that first 2 days afternoon, next 5 days evening, and you started thinking what could be probable insights, right? Maybe he could start giving me in the morning, maybe he'll give it again in the afternoon because he gave me the first 2 days in the afternoon. So you all observed those trends, and then you started making predictions, right? Like, yes, he'll give me a chocolate, it'll be mostly in the afternoon, he'll give me a chocolate maybe in the evening, and those predictions, right? So that's basically
No.
what we just did, the exercise we just
Yeah.
did. That's
It's
basically what a
been
data
57
scientist.
minutes.
Yes, could you please mute?
Wait, I thought I was on mute. I was muted.
No problem. So all this activity that we did, right? That's basically what a data scientist does. That's what data science is all about. Getting a piece of information, getting access to the data, looking at the trends, trying to play with that data as much as possible, and try to come up with certain predictions at the later end of the stages based on the information that you have just understood. So that's the job of a data scientist in a nutshell. Yes, we use certain tools, we handle a large amount of data, but if you talk in a nutshell and a very basic thing, that's exactly what we are doing. We're getting a problem, we're getting the data around it, we're trying to understand and play with the data as much as possible and come up with certain trends or certain insights that could help us in predicting, say, what's going to happen in the future, right? Or what content you might gonna like, and stuff like that. So as I spoke and as I built to this, right? What is data science? Data science is multidisciplinary approach to extracting actionable insights from a lot of data and using certain tools that help in getting those insights. So we use softwares, we use languages like Python, R, etc., etc. That's just supporting us to get that information out of the data, and the volumes of the data are too huge. So based on the amount of data we are handling, we select what kind of tools would help us. And the person that's doing this, the person that is trying to get the actionable insights out of the data, trying to evaluate the data, play with the data, being curious about the information that's present in the data, that's called a data scientist in a nutshell. Yeah, so that's what actually I do in the industry. That's what my job is all about. That's what I'm being paid for, is to that a lot of data is thrown at me. There's a very small problem that we need to solve using that data, and what I do is I play with the data, get insights, ask more questions to the customers, ask more questions to everyone, try to think about search more relevant data in the internet, use that to solve a certain problem. So that's basically my role in a nutshell, right? Any questions around this? Are we clear? We make sense? We're not making sense?
Yeah, I don't think I have any issues. I think I know. I'm pretty sure I have a good grasp of it.
Yes, I'm clear.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
So in our own words, it must be like it is based on our predictions.
Yes, based on the information that the data is providing, yes, we make predictions in for the future, or anything, like not just predictions, but like categorizing information that was present in the data. Anything could be happening, but yes, that's essentially what.
We take out from the data. We see the data. What could it make the sense that how it is making sense that he will give the chocolates or not? Like
Correct. That's what exactly the data science is doing, just at a little higher level and using certain tools and algorithms. That's about it. Yeah.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so now some of the applications of where data science is being used currently, and there are tons and tons of applications, but just a few of them that I wanted to talk about. Data science is being used a lot in the genomic space, like trying to understanding the genetic issues, trying to understand like deeper understanding of genetic issues, like evaluating the genetic data and trying to see what problems could happen in the future for this person, what problems could we avoid knowing, like, and understanding certain trends in the genetic tissues. We all use Google Maps, right? We are aware of Google Maps. Are we not?
Yes.
Yes. Right. So
Yes, we
Google
are.
Maps is one of the very good examples. When you type, like, you want to go to an address X, it analyzes the data, how much traffic there is present, what's the best route, how much time you take if you go by route X, you go by route Y, and that gives you an optimized path which you can follow to reach a certain destination, right? FedEx, DHL delivery services, right? They're using this information, these optimized path, that say if I have to deliver at 10 houses, what path I could take to cover the last house at as earliest as possible, so that like 1 2 3 I keep giving parcels at a very optimized way, right? The DHL, FedEx are using this information, right? uh, bank is using information, a lot of these information, to predict whether you will stay or not. So based on how much money you are depositing in the accounts, how frequently you are depositing money in the accounts, whether you are depositing large amounts, small amounts, they are able to make prediction whether you will continue depositing money or not, whether you will stay associated with a particular bank or not, whether they should offer you promotions or not. So banks, financial sector is doing really good in utilizing data science to provide good services to you. Flights, right? How much a flight would be delayed, what are the circumstances that a pilot is currently influencing, based on which they say like a flight would be delayed, how much would be delayed. Airport industry is using it to a great extent. Data science is driving the airport industry in helping you give an exact amount of time, like how much the flight would be delayed, why the flight would be delayed, what are the reasons, etc, right? There's a turbulence, there is like flight traffic, air traffic, and all that information they utilize, and they come up with the timeline. That's how that's the how much time the flight would be delayed. So a lot of industries are practicing data science these days, and it's helping in providing a lot of good services to their customers, and helping the customers with as accurate information as possible.
Sir?
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, go ahead.
There's a possibility in that, like, it would help policies like to protect the proofs and see the proofs, and like help the policies like and to predict that who is this. And
correct. Yes. So say for example, yeah, that's a good thing, right? How police can use it. Say for example, a robbery is conducted, there's a certain type of trend in that robbery, right? That the robbers
Detectives also use other pieces of information to cover up other information to get to the final result of who is the criminal.
Yes, absolutely, you're correct. So all this information, your police would see a certain trend, and in the current robbery, there's similar trend, so they know that it could be a possibility that the same group has done this task or not, right? So absolutely, it could be used anywhere and everywhere. Data science is present everywhere. Now comes the questions. You are such young, right? I'm a pretty grown man and I'm doing data science. Why should you guys be doing data science, and how could data science be helping you in the future, right? So I'm going to talk about a little about this to make you understand how this could be really important for you and how this could help you in the future. The first thing is, what you guys are and what kids are blessed with is natural problem solvers, right? I mean, as a kid, when I say, I used to like a lot of solving puzzles. I used to play a lot with puzzles, Legos, try to join patterns, see if I could create something out of it. Do you like doing that, or you don't like doing that?
Sir, it's very interesting to do. It takes much mind and makes you smarter.
Correct. You like solving puzzles, right? And that's what data science is all about. When you get the data in, uh, it's just numbers, bunch of numbers, columns, features, etc., right? Images, bunch of images, and all that. Now you can use that information out of your curious mind. You can see patterns in that, try to understand certain patterns present in that data, and try to come up with certain solutions. That, okay, I see images of cats, so and certain breed of cats, so maybe yeah, I can build certain system for, say, a certain type of cans, a certain type of dogs or something, right? Puzzles, it's very good for us. It helps our mind make sharp, and data science is all about solving puzzles, right? What's there in the data, what's information is in the data. So that's one.
It contains algorithm.
Yes. So kids are naturally built to do such problems. Kids are their curiosity, their problem solving nature, pattern finding nature is very useful in data science, and data science could benefit from kids doing data science. This field could benefit a lot from you guys doing data science. So that's a very important reason why you should be involved in data science more and more as you grow, and as and when you learn, right? The second thing, coding, right? We do like doing at this age. You can improve coding, you can try to learn how to write good level of code which could be utilized, right? Optimized level of code, how to solve problem as much as short, like how to write shortest level of code and neatest level of code to solve a problem, right? There could be many ways to write a code. It could be very long. You can do a certain task in, say, 10 steps, but using certain logic you can also solve in 2 steps, right? So that you, as and when you do more and more problems you solve, you do more and more data science problems, your coding skills improve. You learn with time that, okay, the first time when I solved a problem, I did this step in 10 steps, this particular task. Let me try and do it in 5 steps. You think about it, and then you do it in 5 steps. Next time you think, let me do it in 2 steps, right? So it helps in improving your coding skills, right? Second thing is data. So at this very young age, when you start playing with data, right, as and when you grow and you become of my age, no data is overwhelming. Even if I give you like terabytes of data, it's no problem for you, because you have been dealing with data since a very young age. You have been accustomed to solving problems related to data, right? So nothing is going to overwhelm you. You'll be like, okay, you'll be even excited when I give you more data, because more data, more trends to play around with, more good information to come up with, more exciting information to come up with. So you'll be like, yes, throw on more data to me, and I'll play with it. So none of large amount of data won't be overwhelming, and you would be open to like solving problems with more and more data. So you will be like very fluent with data by the time you grow old, right? And yes, logic building, we have been talking about. You'll be like, logic, think about new and exciting logics to solve different problems. So that's something that's going to enhance by the data science. So that's another reason why you guys should be doing data science, and there is no harm doing at this age, right? Third thing, it's applicable everywhere. So you might think, so today I'm interested in computer science or data science. I might not be, maybe I want to become doctor when I grow old. Like when I have to choose a major, I might choose a doctorate, right? It's there. Data science is present in the medical field. So even if you want to become a doctor, you would be utilizing data science in some form of the other. Cancer prediction, right? These days a lot of algorithms are there based on the tissues. They are able to predict whether there are chances of you getting cancer or not. So data science is present in the medical field. So even if you want to become a doctor later on, there is no harm doing data science right now, because it's there in the medical field. Data science is present. Say you are interested in arts and music, right? Why should I be doing data science when I want to do arts and music? There's a lot of data science being practiced in music industry. A lot of new music being generated with the help of data science. I have done projects related to music where I helped blind people analyze data with the help of music. Tons of work is being done on the music industry, arts industry. I told Van Gogh, right? There's a lot of Nvidia is doing a lot of work in the arts industry, where trying to help the artist make even more good paintings. So yeah, if you're interested in arts, there's no harm doing data science right now. Maybe you can do arts. I mean, it would help your artistic mind as well. Entertainment, YouTube videos, movies are being I mean, when a new movie is being created or made, the directors are utilizing data science to see what kind of people like watching movies, what kind of movies work, what kind of actors do a certain type of movies really well. You can utilize that information to in the entertainment industry. Finance, you want to play with numbers, you want to play with money later on, data science is there as well. It helps in prediction stock, predicting what's the price of stock it's going to be next day, whether a customer is going to stay or not, customer is going to churn. So it's present everywhere. No matter what you want to become in the future, no matter what's your future goal, you can use data science and you can practice data science today, and utilize it in your future. It's not going to harm. It's just going to help you in the future. Yeah, makes sense. Am I like, is it something relatable to you guys, or something like useful to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's
Yes.
that's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another thing, you doing data science can definitely benefit a lot of humanity, right? How? So let's go back some time back, like in the early 1900s, when a lot of less people were into solving problems and all that stuff. Say for example, COVID, right? We all got stuck with this pandemic of COVID. There was another. So had this been at an earlier age, the vaccine would have taken long time to, as it came this time, because less machinery, less people to practice, less people to see what variant it is, how we can come up with a vaccine that could prevent us from getting this vaccine, getting COVID and all. Now it came faster because we had tools, we had trends, we could analyze the problems, and number of people, number of doctors and number of biologists working on these problems was way more than it could have been in early 1900s. In the coming generation, with you guys being interested in data science uh, and solving problems, the world could benefit a lot of children doing it, lot of you curious minds trying to solve problems. Maybe somewhere a small kid has solved a problem that could help humanity in the future, right? So there are a lot of kids that Facebook are saying that a kid of 7-year-old tried solving a very important problem that could help in resolving a lot of bugs. So you can help humanity in a very very good way. And yeah, you doing data science would be really helpful, and we all could benefit. I could learn from you guys later on. You say that, okay, because you guys are natural thinkers, you see certain trends that I'm not able to see. I could learn from you, and you can say, sir, I solved this problem by this. Why couldn't you solve? So that's something you can teach me or anyone, any elder, that yeah, see, this is also a better way of doing. So we all could benefit. The humanity could benefit from you guys doing data science. And last not but the least, it will help you in the future. It will prepare you well for the future. It will give you a head start for the future, right? Someone who is not doing data science, you would definitely be a step ahead, because AI is everywhere. Data science is in every field. So you guys doing data science now would give you a head start as compared to another kid who is not doing data science, because ultimately he would have to learn it, because in the coming future, based on what we are seeing, it's going to be present everywhere. So someone who has not done it and someone who has done it, that the person who has done it would have an edge, and it will help you in landing good job, high earning jobs, pursue your passion, being comfortable in the industry that you are in. So it's going to be beneficial for you guys compared to to someone who's not doing and is thinking, why should I do it, right? So yeah, it's going to be there. And there's very by an Andrew NG, there's a very good saying that thinking of it's very hard to think of any industry that's not going to practice AI or data science in the future. So yeah, it gives you an edge. It prepares you well right from an age where you are ready, where your mind is open to a lot of thoughts. It opens you to a lot of uh, curious concepts. It will help you in building a lot of concepts that is just going to help you in future. So these are my reasons why I feel you guys should be more involved. And I'm seeing a lot of people already, a lot of children already well versed with these concepts. So I'm going to say kudos to you guys. You guys are on the right track doing what you are doing. And yeah, keep doing what you are, and just keep learning, and it's just going to help you in the future. And industries is going to really benefit with you guys coming in the future. So yeah, that's it
Sir,
from my. Thank you. Yeah, I'm open to
data
questions.
science is also same similar as it also comes in AI. Like it also in AI.
Correct. So AI is a very big bucket. It's a very big circle, and data science, machine learning, it's sub parts of that. Ultimately, we all are dealing with. So data science, some part of data science is out of the field of AI, and then some part comes within AI. So it depends. Like the exploration, when we are playing just with the data, trying to find out trends, that's not a part of AI. But when we have seen certain trends, we utilize to predict what's gonna happen in the future, or what kind of content you're gonna like, or etc etc. That comes in AI. But when you're just playing with the data, trying to see certain trends, that's not AI. That's just normal data exploration and data science side of things. So it's a mixture of both, just
Sir,
data
I
science.
don't have any more doubts.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't get you.
Don't have any more doubts.
Okay, that's great. Any questions? I'm happy to take any questions. Yes, one movie
I
that you
have
guys
one.
could that you could see, which is very data science focused and very good, is Moneyball. Just look at it, how it has been used to create a champ team out of like nowhere. So Moneyball is something that you could watch, and that brought my interest in data science. So maybe it could also help you guys in getting more interested in data science. Yeah.
Somebody was telling that he have a doubt.
Yeah, if someone has a doubt, please feel free to ask. I would be more than happy to answer.
It was actually.
No doubts, no questions.
Now, do you project or something to do?
I'm sorry.
With a project or some quizzes like test? Is there anything you do like that?
I don't have it now, but what I can do is I can share something with Harshit and Sulagna, and maybe they could pass on to you to something that you could do, and enjoy. So yeah, I can plan something, some activity, and yeah, and she can pass it to you guys. She has your information, and you guys could practice it later. But I don't have something like that as of now, so apologies for that. So if we don't have any more questions, I don't know how much time we have. I'm gonna hand it back to Harshit and Sulagna to take it forward.
That's all. There's no more doubts and questions.
Okay, and what was this information any helpful?
Yes.
Was it
Yes.
waste of time?
I would say it was pretty useful.
Okay, that's great. I mean,
It helped us to just understand the understand the. It helped us to understand the proofs and some arrows that to understand it fully. That what is it saying about?
Yes. Awesome. That's great. So I'm gonna.
Jatin, you're on mute, is it?
No, I'm not. Sorry.
Wasn't able to hear you actually.
Okay. So yeah, Harshita, over to you. Anything else we need to cover, or are we good?
No, my.
Oh, okay.
Teacher, techno footage. She means data science.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, teacher, for teaching me data science.
He's saying teacher for teaching me data science.
I'm sorry, your voice just broke. Could you please pardon?
No, he's saying thank you for teaching me data science.
You're more than welcome.
Great. So it was such an informative and such an interesting webinar. How did you kids like it?
It was good.
It was interesting and excellent.
I liked it.
Thank you so much. And it had gone great. No internet connection problems either.
It was interesting.
So let's all thank Jatin for being such a wonderful speaker and sharing so much about data science.
Thank you,
Jatin sir.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr.
Welcome.
Jatin.
Thank you.
All
Mr.
right,
Jatin.
kids, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask us. You can share your doubts on the AI Champs community. If you want to know how to join, you can just let us know. You can let your trainers know, or Siksha ma'am know, and they'll guide you to join it. Thank you once again, Jatin, for the lovely session.
No problem at all. Always happy to help. And all the best, guys. You guys are doing really well. The interaction that we had, the questions that you guys asked,
sir.
interesting. I mean, when I look at myself, I was nowhere close to where you guys are at this age. So kudos to you guys. You're doing great, and keep just learning, keep just improving, and yeah, all the best for your future. Yeah?
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Jatin sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Harshita. Thank you,
Thank you,
Sulagna.
sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you, teacher.
Hi, sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Sir, you